Hello everyone, how you doing? So today I just wanted to make a video just kind of talking about my day one experience playing duos mode, just what I think was notable, strong, just kind of my overall thoughts. I don't really want this to be too long, so I'm just gonna go through the minions and the spells, just like, ooh, which ones jumped out to me, which ones were forgettable, just that kind of stuff. Just kind of, hey, if you were playing it or you want like, ooh, what does he think is strong, that kind of thing. I think this could be really helpful. So we're gonna go into it. First thing off, I'm just gonna go line by line just cause it makes sense to me. Deck swapping, pretty good. It's the only like real economy, so getting this can really let you have good things. Economy is pretty good just because you have spells in the game, so getting an extra gold here or there you can really like abuse. Like, hey, an apple early, like broken. So just being able to get that extra gold probably ends up being good. Glyph Guardian is like one of the broken one drops if you can attack first, right? Like it becomes a 3/4, right? Which there's no other real 3/4s that are like not like actually security hurts you, right? So this is just a really good card. Opens up into dragons, which are pretty good. So yeah, solid. None of these are like super crazy. Okay, well that's not true. So Dragonling, right? Really good. Well, not really good, but like decent. Like especially if you get like if you can keep it, but not like crazy. The craziest card is Passenger. Absolutely broken. You want this every time. Definitely should be nerfed. I actually think it should be like 1/2. Like gain +1 attack +2 health, and like maybe it starts as a 2/2. Like that would, I'm not like giving them free advice, but like yeah, I'd probably lean something like this. It's too strong, especially if both of you have it or you have two of them. Like you just gain 4/4 a turn for 1 gold a lot of the time, right? So spend 1 gold, gain 4/4. Spend 1 gold, gain 2/2, right? Like usually you'll have 2, sometimes 3. And that's just like so much tempo. Like there's nothing you can spend 1 gold to compete with this type of scaling, right? It's not like Wrathweaver where you have to spend 3 gold a lot of times to make Wrathweaver feel strong, and you also take damage, right? Like this, you don't do anything. You don't take any damage, right? So just insanely card, right? This is why people are like healthy. It's because they have this. So this card's absolutely broken. You definitely want this every single time. And then nothing here is like super memorable here. The rest are like kind of forgettable. Tier 2s, none of these really jump out to me as being like important. Obviously, Gambler is still good. Saloon Keeper is really good. Free economy, early game. Right now, early game, you're just buying economy, like things that can give you money or things that can like set you up, right? And Saloon Keeper is super great at that. Geomancer is okay, but it doesn't like you don't need it, honestly. Like you only take this if you really need it. It's not like that good. But I want to mention it. Lava Lurker is still good. There's no one cost Naga that there's no crabs, but you can still get Reef Ripper. So that combo is still good. Lava Lurker Reef is pretty solid. Mux is good. Oh, I will say Picky Eater has actually been pretty good. Stuff like Janice and stuff like that has been notable, and just like you can eat a 4/4 star 5/5. That's notable. Scout's a lot worse. I will say used to be amazing. That's a lot worse because all the economy's on 2, so you have to hold it for 2 turns, which is like kind of expensive. Gladiator used to be really good in quest meta. It's not that important. You just get it for taunts. All the economies in 2. Economy still really good. Goose is pretty good, honestly. I'm not a big fan of Beast personally. I don't respect Beast. That's my experience. Other people differ, but I don't respect it. Goose I think is okay though. Like actually respectable. Riftstone is good early. Like I've seen some like Shady loves this, right? And he always plays it and it's good. So Reefer is good. Rewinder is good if you get the synergy. Like free gold if with that. Tats, economy. This is okay, but not really core. And the Ziliax stuff, honestly, not sold. I don't think I've tripled a single Ziliax. I do think the Reborn and Divine Shield is good, like just for tempo, right? This is a 4/1, 4/3 of Reborn, good, and a 4/3 Divine Shield, good, right? So I think these are good for tempo, but in terms of like, am I going to go out of my way to triple it or anything? No, I don't care. So yeah. Tier 3 is where you start seeing some broken things, some new stuff. Amber Guardian's very strong, sets you up for poets, which we'll talk about. So Amber Guardian is something you really like picking up. If you can get a dragon synergy, this is really good. Tier 4 dragon's very solid, very strong. Amber Guardian's like very key to getting Divine Shield on all your minions. So pretty good. False Imprisoner or False Implicator's decent if you have scaling, which you can have. So this can be a decent card. It looks weak, but you eat 2 things and it's bigger than most of your units. So yeah, not bad. Fell Blood is also notable. Like 3 attack per turn for the rest of the game. Scaling is really strong. Shop buffing is really powerful. So anytime you can like cheese out a little bit is really good. Not the best one, but it's solid enough. Hag with Leroy. That's it. Azurite is very good. Tier 3 Azurite comp, very strong. Something I like doing. It's fun for me. I think this is something to do if you are struggling to level. You want to do something low. You want to get strong early. Azurite, double Azurite, you're good to go. Macaw with Rylak. Why is Rylak still in the game? But Macaw with Rylak, really good. Jazzer with Rylak, really good. Orchestra Conductor. This is the unexpected big winner. This card is insane, actually. Very good if you can set up. So the issue with this is kind of complicated and you need to know what you're doing. But if you can get it with usually Young Murkai, I believe. Young Murkai, some end of turn, some brands, and you set this up. There's also a dragon that triggers Battlecry. Just all of that. You get all of that, right? You can end up triggering this like 20 times per turn, right? And it's triggering like more than that. So you do this like 3-4 turns, 20 times per turn, and you're like 20 times. Not you're getting plus 20. It's 20 times. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12. All that per turn. That's one turn. The next turn you're buffing like 60. At the end, right? The turn after you're buffing like 100. Like, so this thing scales like crazy. So as long as you can set up, this is an insane card. Me and Shady had a couple games where we were just like, I've had 8,000, 9,000 HP attack with this comp. I've never had that on all my minions. I've never had that on any comp like that. I'm getting 8,000 attack. Health on all my minions. This card is nuts, absolutely nuts if you can play it well. Piper, Kobolds are good, so Piper's solid. Prancer's okay. I've seen people spend their whole turns passing Prancer just to have like a 33, and then they like win, but they deal like 5 damage, and then they're like a level behind. I don't know. Like passing once or twice, sure. Passing 10 times your whole turn, no, I'm not. I don't buy it. Railer's okay, but I think they're better dragons. But if you get it early, it's fine. Rampager is good. It's an 8/8 on 3, solid. Scourfin's okay. I don't like beasts. Some people like this. I'm not a fan. Fellblood's good. It's good Rylak. It's good Battlecry stuff. Like, it's solid. Scarab is for Rylak. Honestly, that's the only use I saw for it. Terragos is good. It's more set up for your dragon comp. You don't need Terragosa, to be fair, but it's early enough that you might pick it up and then like get the other pieces. So it's not a bad thing to have. And then the others are not super important. Tier 4. Bannerboard's okay if you're going Quillboars, but this is like the weak version. Cleave is Cleave. Death Scale is very good with Orchestra, right? This is a very good combo. Orchestra, Death Scale, very core. There's other things you can do with it, but that's like what we found was good. Grave Narrator, if you can set up, very good. It's free economy for your teammate. Your teammate can use that to level, get some good stuff, give it back to you. Ragoog is good. It's a divine shield that scales really hard. Freshwater, not super. Landlubber you need for Azurite. So if you're going Azurite, you need Landlubber as well. So you want both, but sometimes your teammate is giving you the lubber. Just keep in mind. Long John Copper, good. Very good early. If you can get this early, I've seen this just give 3 3 gold per turn for like 4 or 5 turns. It's just like, what? This is 15 gold. Like, okay. So that you triple into this, right? But like, very good if you can early 4 into this. Like, sign me up. Balladist is still broken. Like, you just play these 2 together, you're just getting 3 gold for free per turn, and the card is big too. But yeah, Messenger is good actually. Any tavern buffs is good. So Messenger Rylak, any tavern buff Rylak. This buffs both of your taverns, so it double dips, and the stats are good. 2/1 is solid. So yeah, good, and it's a demon, so you can eat it. You can fell bat it. You can muck thing. You can make this big. So this is a good card. Miramatsu you just buy. It's it costs you 1 gold to get triples. Like it's good. Nightbane, very good for dragons. This is really how you scale your dragons. So you have the poets. So you have the poets, and then you have the Nightbane. You want to have the poet next to things you want to buff. Sometimes if you have 2 Nightbanes, you can have it on the poets. Or you have the poets next to the second Nightbane, the one that's not going to attack first. And then it hits the other one, and then you have like huge attack on the second one. Then you can swap and then have them both be good at attack, and then you move that over to your minions. So just a good way of getting with Amber Guardian, Poet, and the dragon on tier 5. You can have full golden divine shield, high attack dragons. It's very strong. So I will say, like, it's not broken. Like, because it is broken. No. It is broken, but there are ways more egregious things that this looks fair. But I do think if they fix the more egregious stuff, this will now be just like looking broken. So definitely something to look into. But yeah, if you don't know what to do and you have dragons, you can definitely go dragons. Piggy's still good. Promo Lookout's still good. Promo Drake gives all your dragons 3/3. It's a lot of stats, so you get this early. It's pretty good. Rylak's broken. Don't know why it's still in the game. Personally, it really opens or unlocks a ton of broken things. So yeah, I mean, it's still in the game. You can reborn it, like make it trigger twice. It works with Brand. It works with Titus. Like, it's broken for sure, but it's still in the game. So yeah, just take advantage of it. Stormslayer is good, but it's kind of expensive, honestly. And the card space stats aren't very enticing by the time you really want to pick it up. So yeah, it's good. It's good. If you have the window, you can buy it, and it's a strong card. It's just like there are other broken things, so you end up not spending your mana on this. But yeah, it's good because you have to spend 3 mana, and then you have to spend like 4 mana, and then you have to pass, spend an extra mana, and then if you want to take advantage, you have to keep it, right? So you have a 5/5. Like, there's issues, but it's good. Treasure Seeker is very strong because you can just be on tier 4, get your monkey, give the monkey to your opponent. Your teammate gets 6 drops for you, and then sends it back to you. So you can just stay on 4 farm at least. Gives us 6 drops back. Very strong. It's, a lot of broken things in duos. Cleave is good. Brand's good. Bopper's okay. Shady likes Bopper more than I do, but it's okay. I really haven't seen anyone pick a Thrasher at all. It's like kind of slow. People have other things to do. Smuggler, this card is very good. Smuggler is insane, especially with Rylak, especially with Murk-Eye. Like, Smuggler gives 2 blood gems on all your other minions. It's not just Quillbors. This would be a lot fairer if it was just Quillbors, but it's all your other minions. So you just like, even if you have no buffs, you play this, you hit 6 cards with plus 12/12. Like, what if I had a card like, hey, plus 12/12, just like base, and like you have 1 Jazzard's plus what, 12/24? Like, 1 Jazzard, like, sheesh, man, like, this card is crazy. So yeah, you have any synergies, this thing just high carries you. Rylak just triggers it every time. It's just like really good. I don't understand it. Kind of too strong. I called it for sure, but yeah, I don't get it. Glosko's Divine Shield. Honestly, people just stat you. The shield doesn't end up mattering a lot. I mean, it still matters, but like, people just have like crazy stats because people are playing well. Leroy's good. Kills things. This is okay if you get it early, right? Tower and spells are for free. Mirazon's good. This is okay. I'm not a beast player, but I've seen like this be 100, which is like okay. It's Obviously, there's other scaling that dwarfs this, but it's okay. Rodeo's okay. I mean, Rodeo's good. Shell Elemental, this is also very strong because with Jandis or with shop buffs, Tavern shop buffs, right? Especially Jandis. Jandis with this is broken, right? Fluidity was removed. Jandis is fluidity, right? Just it was removed because it was broken. So Jandis with this, whoo, crazy. So if you see Jandis, you have Ellie Nagas in the lobby. You can pretty much put your biggest card or your teammate's biggest card. Just let them give it to you, portal it, and then you swap it. You put it on a minion that you own, and then you buy it back, and then you do that every turn, pretty much, right? Because you got a spellcraft. So just like if you have a 200 minion, you swap it to the shop. Hey, now you have 200 minions. You know, like, and then you keep doing that. Hey, eventually one's gonna hit them. Then you have a 400 minion. Now you're getting 400 every turn. Like, kind of stupid. So, yeah. I don't know, but only really Jandis can do it. There's some other ways to do it, but Jandis is the main exception. Support system kind of slow, and also like very unassuming, right? So very easy to skip, but there are definitely some comps where they can't get shield. Like Orchestra can't really get shield, so support system really good for that. But you know, just to kind of deal with like poison scam stuff like that. So support system, good card, but unassuming, and you need to like be paying attention. But yeah, good card. Titus still good. Blue Shell if you're losing, yeah. Bramblewish, yeah. Well Wisher is decent. Like, it's just a portal for 2, right? It's like buying the portal spell, right? Essentially, because you can always sell it. So you're paying 2 for the portal. So if you pay 2, I pretty much always pay 2 for the portal because I will send something to my teammate, right? So you're always like, it's always useful. This one's a little bit harder because you have to use the same turn, but still same philosophy. Yulon's great in the Dragon Comp. This is what you make. You need poets, and you need like it targets lowest minion, lowest tier. So you can't just have trash. So you have to be careful. You can't just have trash, but very good in those scenarios. You golden all your minions with poets. Golden all your dragons with poet, and then boom, you have a huge scaling. Solid. 6 drops. Chaga with Drakari, very good. Murgle with shop buffs, very good. But I mean, not very. It's like acceptable. Element Surprise, good. Tethys still very good. So Shady loves Tethys. He loves spending money for pirates. I don't really care. But you give him double Tethys, he'll give me anything I want. So I'm down for that trade. So if you have a player that likes playing with double Tethys, give it to them, and then you can just play whatever comp you like. But you need good coordination. But it is very strong if your opponent knows or your teammate knows how to play with double Tethys. Greymane Tethys insane scaling. So this is another thing. Tethys Greymane very, very good as well. Like, you just get a bunch of random pirates and the skills for free. Hate Spawn, it's decent. It's like, if you get this early and you're playing dragons, just give it to them. This is good with Floop. That is something if you're playing Floop. This is like random, but if you're playing Floop, the dragon player, this is going to be their biggest card, right? And it's going to have Divine Shield. They're gaining 10 every turn. It's a big card for Floop, so that's a good synergy. If you know dragons run Floop, you're playing Floop. Your opponent goes dragons, and then you just steal their hate spawn. Their 100 stat hate spawn for early game. It's very nice. Caligos is too slow in dual meta. I haven't seen anyone play Cali, and it hasn't looked good. Now it's okay, but there are better things to do right now. Honestly, Pokies is great. Poki, Drakari, great. Poki, Drakari, Targa, you win. Like, it's that simple. Poki, like early Poki, Drakari, Targa, like just very strong, solid. There's no fluidity unless you're Jandis, so B-Box is down. Rock early if you have it. Double Rock's fine. So that's okay. Slither Spear is kind of slow, honestly, in duels. I haven't seen a good Slither Spear game personally. Maybe if they nerf some things, it'll be better. But day 1, this is my opinion. And then the rest of these, Murkai is broken for sure with some of the combos you can do, right? And maybe this is like just high execution, but just being able to trigger your adjacent battle cries, there's so much nonsense that can be done with this. Like, at least 2 of the main cards are new cards, right? So it's not like, oh, this has been a problem forever. It works super crazy well with cards like the Gem Smuggler and cards like the Orchestra. So those two are new cards, and with Murkai, absolutely very, very strong. So, and then on top of that, right, you have the new dragon that also triggers battle cries. So you have even more ways of like being obnoxious with battle cries on your board. Where's the dragon? Yeah, this guy as well. So you have all these new tools to trigger battle cries, and they all come together to be very, very powerful. So those are the minions I think are just a whole run of the minions. Maybe we'll go as more, then we'll go through the spells really quickly. As well, I'm not gonna go through them as much. I'm just like looking at the problems. Apple is still very strong. Recruitment program is very good, because you can just pass. It's just 2 cast pass. It's like a Goya. You can also just pass the recruitment yourself if you want it to be cheeky. Things like that. Stimulus is good if you're playing a Zerite scaling. You double the tavern shop. It's pretty nice. Cat is broken. Should be nerfed. This one is like crazy. I've had people get second by just playing like 1 and 2 Tavern tier 1 and 2 cost divine shields, and then catching the rest of the game. And then they had like 100 attack on all of their divine shield minions, and that was good enough for second. They did nothing else. Well, they did other things, but like that was their whole comp, just catching with divine shield. So yeah, absolutely broken. Needs a nerf in some way. It costs 2, and you're buffing +3. Definitely too lenient. It could cost 3 and buff 2, and I still think like people would play it. So yeah, definitely a strong tool. Portal in the bottle, I kind of always buy because I will be passing to my teammate, and you can pass on your shop. I mean, you can pass on your board. So let's say you want to pass Econ like Tavern Tempest, you can play Tavern Tempest and pass it. Like insane. So yeah, good usage, very strong. Dreamer's Embrace is just, battle cry stuff is kind of broken, so this helps a lot. Stash is still in the game, which is cool. Oh, and then Fluidity is gone, so that doesn't exist. Let's talk about the new ones, the at least the expensive ones. We have Eye of the Earth Mother. You Golden the Tavern 4. This one's kind of interesting. There are some good use cases. It's just expensive. The late game, sometimes you have a ton of money in some scenarios, so you can do it, but this is very according to the situation, right? There's some scenarios where it's very good, like dragons take advantage of it, but dragons already golden their things. Some situations just like not worth 6 gold. And if you're in tier 5, you can pay 5 to get a tier 6. Makes sense, honestly. Like I would do that, so I think this is pretty good early. Late game it starts being like why bother, but early this can really give you some direction, so pretty good. And then tier 6, Devourer usually is what's causing problems, and Sacred Gift is also pretty nice. Hamul is also great. I mean, these are just good cards, honestly. The weakest one is this Azurite. You can make this like +5, and it might see play, but currently it's like too expensive. You could also make it cheaper, but I think 4 is fine. So yeah, but overall those are my thoughts. Day 1, just kind of knowledge dumping. We'll see how it goes. Take care of yourself. Have one for the day. I'll see you in the next one.